Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the University of the West of Scotland graduation ceremony here in Dumfries. We're in a stunning, exceptional venue. It's always a pleasure to be here to see our graduates come across and receive their awards as they've completed a series of hard work over many years to acquire the degree that they've achieved. It's my pleasure to declare this ceremony for the awarding of academic distinctions in session.
Lord Lieutenant, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, graduates, the UWS class of 2018. What a day. Look around you. Take a moment to breathe in the atmosphere of this fantastic Crichton Memorial Church on this most formal of days. But remember, whilst this is formal, we're all here to celebrate. So I don't want you to hold back on your applause, on the whooping and the hollering as our graduates receive their awards later on. If you do, I'll be jumping out of my seat and giving you some encouragement to get in about it. So enjoy yourself today. Suck in the surroundings, but relax and enjoy. Maybe more important than the surroundings are the fellow graduands that you're looking at. So look around you. Students who've been studying adult nursing, mental health nursing, health studies, and professional health studies. Everyone, just take a moment to consider the impact that our graduates will have individually and collectively on the health, the well-being, and the lives of those around us, those who you will support through your career. Wow. Short word, but that sums it up to me. The Nursing and Midwifery Code speaking of patients, states, you make their care and safety your main concern. You are very special people. And we are all so proud that our university has played a part in your professional and personal development. You, we know, will be there in our hour of need, and for that, we are all extremely grateful. As a group, you are somewhat distinct from many other graduates, in that through your programs of study, you're likely to already have had a positive impact on the patients you've supported through practical placement and experience. So it's clear and it's evident that each one of you has the potential to make a massive difference to others through your career, be that close to home here in Dumfries and Galloway, or further afield across the UK or overseas. You've already demonstrated the capability to succeed and to make that difference, and this is just the start of your journey. I'm also delighted that during the ceremony we're going to present two special awards that are an additional indication of significant achievement already made. Those awards are the Dumfries Lions Club Award for the most distinguished graduate on our Dumfries campus and the Jean Lockhead Campbell Student Award for excellence in nursing practice in the community. So we look forward to celebrating those awards later in the ceremony as well. But just as we are proud of you, be proud of yourselves. This is your graduation day. It's a very special occasion to be shared with family, friends, maybe just enjoyed on your own, but know that you have completed something amazing. And at this point, you have done something amazing, so I'm calling on our audience to practice just that wee warm-up in advance of the whooping and holler later on. So I want you to really knock it out for our graduates now at this point in my speech so I can draw breath. So come on, let's hear it for them. Okay, that wasn't bad, but I expect somewhat louder in a few minutes. Graduates, you now embark on the next step in what I hope is a hugely exciting journey. A journey that even you don't know where it will take you. And you're graduating from UWS, known as one of the most value-added universities in the country, which means our graduates leave with more enhanced skills, abilities, knowledge, intellect, capacity, and potential than many students who attend some of the more traditional universities. And that is evident in the success of some of those who've gone before you. Students who graduate from UWS get fabulous jobs at home and around the world, and many have established amazing careers. You join thousands of other UWS graduates who've gone on to greatness in their chosen field. And in health, that ranges from graduates who've gone on to become the Chief Nursing Officer for Scotland, who then moved on to become the Deputy Principal of this university, as an Executive Director of NHS Lanarkshire, Director of Clinical Health at BMI Healthcare, and CEO and Director of Nursing at St John of God Richmond Hospital in Sydney, Australia. Class of 2018, you're in great company. But we're all individuals, and you will make your own life choices. You will know what's best for you. Whatever you choose, I urge you to do it to the best of your ability. Never settle for second best. Strive for excellence in all that you do, and you won't go far wrong, whatever the choice you make. And sometimes remember, it's good to be different. The UWS strategy entitled Dream, Believe, Achieve contains 9 truths, and those truths are the basis of this university's being. One of those truths is UWS is a university that dares to be different. But the first of our truths states we are here for our students. Students are the lifeblood of UWS, and it's a privilege and an honour for all of my colleagues and myself to share this magical day with you, your family, and your friends. We are confident that if you believe in yourself the same way that we believe in you, if you work hard, take advantage of opportunities that come your way, and never give up, great things will happen, be that in your professional or your personal life. And we're in a changing world. Today the world has global challenges that are creating huge uncertainty, and that's bound to influence the future of nursing and healthcare more widely. We've got an increasingly ageing population and an increasing number of people often living with complex long-term conditions, just as a couple of examples. Earlier this year, there was an article in The Guardian that reflected today's nurses run their own clinics, diagnose patients and prescribe drugs, and can be found leading cutting-edge medical research. Others are in high-level management roles, and it's not unusual to find nurse academics training junior doctors alongside student nurses in university medical schools. The responsibilities they carry and the contribution they make to every part of the NHS, spanning the whole cycle from life, from preconception to death, could never have been imagined by their predecessors. So who knows what's around the corner? The only certainty is that it's bound to be different from what we see today. What remains consistent, though, is that university graduates are able to challenge and change the world. Graduates like you, who are hungry to make your mark, will help shape change. So class of 2018, don't hold back. Get out there, keep on making a difference, shape the future of your profession. By the end of the day, you'll have joined over 120,000 UWS graduates, our alumni community. And you can join our alumni online association at uwsalumni.org. That's the pitch over. And you can network with our growing number of graduates. Together, as the university and you aim to make UWS something and somewhere that inspires people to go the extra mile and achieve their very best. You're here today because of your own achievement. But remember the support you've had from colleagues, from fellow students, and from family and friends. Today, we are all immensely proud of you. And I'd also like to thank all of my great UWS colleagues who've worked so hard to support our wonderful students to reach their the potential today. We hope that during your time at university, you've not only acquired the skills and knowledge to equip you for the future, but maybe just as importantly, you've developed information literacy required for critical thinking, you've developed attentiveness to important social issues, and awareness of your responsibility for creating a better world. Given the choices you've made already in the subject matter you're studying, I think we're in good hands. We want you to be very proud of your degree. You've worked extremely hard to get it. And at UWS, we don't just give degrees away. There's significant effort required to achieve a degree. This is a fantastic university, one that is already highly rated and that continues to grow in stature. We do great things, we're proud of it, we hope you are too. The Times Higher Education notes there are 20,000 higher education institutions across the world, but in their World University rankings, they position UWS in the top 400 to 600 universities. And this is the third year in a row that we've moved up that ranking. That's just one indicator of success. But today is less about the university and more about you. As you make your way in life, I encourage you to make positive choices. Yes, work hard, but have fun, laugh, celebrate your successes, enjoy yourself. And when things don't go to plan, because they don't always, let's face it, pick yourself up, believe in yourself, dust yourself down, and look for the next success. Never give up. We are confident you'll always remember to question, to challenge, to speak truth, and to fight social injustice wherever you find it. As you graduate from UWS, it's time to continue the next stage of your journey. Follow your dreams, believe in yourself. Each one of you has already achieved fantastic success, and we know there is more to follow. We're enormously proud of you. You are our class of 2018.
Vice-Chancellor, it is my privilege to present to you, for the honorary degree of Doctor of the University, Kirsty Wark, journalist, broadcaster and writer. Vice-Chancellor, to have 1 string to your career is fortunate, 2 is lucky, 3, well, some may say that's just plain jammy. Kirstine Ann Wark was born in Dumfries to parents Jimmy and Roberta. Educated in Kilmarnock Grammar Primary and then Wellington School in Ayr, where she was the only girl not to be made a prefect. A career in journalism was by no means guaranteed, though Kirsty grew up listening to the radio, taking part in debate and drama. She was in fact accepted for the RSAMD, now the Royal Conservatoire, before opting to study at the University of Stirling for a year, followed by Edinburgh. Kirsty's career in broadcasting began with a bit of good fortune. At that time, the BBC did not advertise their graduate entry scheme widely. In fact, it was advertised in only one Scottish university, St Andrews, at which Kirsty was not a student. But as luck would have it, one of her friends was studying there, saw the advert and immediately encouraged Kirsty to apply. Journalism had appealed to Kirsty because she liked stories, and she liked people, and she liked finding out where the stories were. And so in 1976, Kirsty embarked on her career with the BBC. After 1 year, promotion beckoned, and the offer was made to become the producer of the Scottish breakfast radio programme Good Morning Scotland, as well as other current affairs programmes. Kirsty stayed in radio for 6 years before moving into television production with BBC Scotland's Sunday lunchtime political programme Agenda. Skip forward to 1990. For those who may not recall, this was a year that saw Glasgow as the European City of Culture. French and English hands met across the divide of a newly completed Channel Tunnel, and Margaret Thatcher was the UK's longest-serving Prime Minister. And so it was in 1990. In television, Kirsty's reputation for rigorous, challenging, intelligent and insightful questioning came to national attention when she interviewed Mrs. Thatcher. Later, reflecting on that interview, Kirsty said, "I knew I only had half an hour. I knew there were several things I had to get out of her, Thatcher, so I just completely went for it." And in March 1990, Kirsty did indeed go for it, interviewing the Prime Minister who, with an economy in decline and a cabinet beginning to turn on her, had made the mistake of being ill-briefed and poorly prepared. Kirsty, by contrast, was anything but. The result of that interview? It was a game-changing interview for Kirsty, with an iron lady on the ropes, reportedly deeply angry at being interviewed by a woman. Kirsty's reputation as a tenacious and scrupulously well-researched journalist and broadcaster was cemented and has continued for more than 30 years, covering everything from the groundbreaking Late Show to election specials, live stadium events to the BBC's primary current affairs show Newsnight, to hosting the weekly arts and cultural programme, The Review Show. She has conducted long-form interviews with everyone from Margaret Thatcher to Madonna, Damien Hirst to George Clooney, and the likes of Toni Morrison, Donna Tartt, Philip Roth Harold Pinter, Elton John, and the musician Pete Doherty. Family has played a central part in Kirsty's life. Married to Alan, they have 2 children, Caitlin and James, and not forgetting their dogs, Pepper and Stella. As the children were growing up, Kirsty and Alan opted to continue to live in Scotland rather than relocate to London. Such was the dedication to her family that Kirsty endured a grueling 900-mile commute each week between London and Glasgow, often arriving home off the Caledonian Sleeper just as the children were waking up. Kirsty still does that commute each week. Did she feel guilty about being away from her family? Absolutely. Did she feel guilty? Did the distance stop Kirsty from pursuing her own career? Absolutely not. Friends describe her as brilliant and warm, noting she hasn't changed in 25 years. In the 25 years they've known one another. Kirsty doesn't put on any airs or graces. She's very ordinary and down to earth and generous. Described by one of her peers as bright, talented, attractive, and really irritatingly nice, with a reputation for grilling you in front of the camera, then buying you a drink at the bar, Kirsty has been able to balance work, friendship, and family. Claiming friendships across the political divide and with typical modesty reducing her role to merely asking questions on behalf of the audience, Kirsty's down-to-earth, intelligent, no-nonsense approach has secured her several major awards, including and by no means limited to a BAFTA Award for Outstanding Contribution to Broadcasting, Journalist of the Year, and Best Television Presenter. In 2017, Kirsty was elected a Fellow of the Royal Society of Edinburgh. Kirsty's mix of tenacity and determination, fierce intelligence and fun, warmth and the ability to find the stories, to mix with everyone from the experienced political elite to the general public, is the key to Kirsty's success and longevity within a business that is notorious for a short shelf life, especially for women. It's not all been serious political focus though. Kirsty has made cameo appearances in a range of television dramas, radio programmes and films. Her part in a dance routine on the Halloween episode of Newsnight nearly broke the internet. She's featured in Doctor Who, Absolutely Fabulous, The IT Crowd, Spooks, The Amazing Mrs. Pritchard, to name but a few. She reached the final in Celebrity MasterChef in 2011 and hosted BBC Two's culinary quiz show, A Question of Taste. Amazingly, Kirsty has also found the time to become a writer. How? With her debut novel published in 2014, with another one in the pipeline, which is set in this part of the world, and still not one to shy away from the controversial issues, she has recently continued the discussion around equal pay for women at the BBC. Kirsty is also hugely involved in Maggie's Centres as an honorary patron, providing support in many formal ways, as well as baking and selling her delicious cakes at fundraisers, all to support the delivery of care to over 80,000 patients and families who have felt the cold hand of cancer upon them. Journalist, broadcaster and author, and wife, and mother, and advocate, friend, cook, dog walker, baker, to have one string to your career is fortunate, to have so many is rare. Vice-Chancellor, Kirsty is someone who's been committed to the highest standards of journalism and broadcasting across the span of her career. Accordingly, I would now present to you for the award of Honorary Degree of Doctor of the University, Kirsty Warwick.
Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the School of Health, Nursing and Midwifery, I present to you for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Adult Nursing, Lauren Anderson. Joanne Jenna Barber. Taylor Silene Baxter. Tracy Mary Campbell. Ailey Beth Cleland. Alison Cox. Holly Ann Craig. Emma Helen Davidson. Lauren Robin Dorrance. Rebecca Fraser. Pamela Ann Halliday. Michelle Jane Hewins. Sean James Hooper. Kirsty Hamilton Hunter. Megan Allison Hislop. Andrew David Charles Inman. Stacey Kennedy. Natalie Louise Laverick. Cheryl Yvonne Lindsay. Bethany Jade Lowry. Wendy MacDonald. Megan Hannah McDowell. Jordan Ellen McCurley. Kirsty Carol Elizabeth McKee. Laurie Elizabeth Mills. Amy Margaret Oliver. Victoria Lee Price. Susan Robinson. Stephanie May Ross. Erica Lisa Shields. Oliver Stevenson. Jenna Lauren Telfer. Shannon Thompson. Kelly Marie Thompson. Maxwell Thomas Thorburn. Corey Trussler. Lacey Turner. Liam Williams. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Mental Health Nursing, Adele Dion Brown. Kathleen Louise Divers. Louise Margaret Caroline Edwards. Sarah Louise Granger. Carolyn Hanvey. Tracy Irvin. Michelle Johnston. Iona Kelly. Samantha Leanne McEwen. Chelsea Margaret Milligan. Beth Muirhead. Aaron Stewart. Eloise Rianne Vance. Brige Lynn White. And finally, Brian Ian Wield. It now gives me great pleasure to present to you the winner of the Jean Lochhead Campbell Student Award for Dumfries Campus for excellence in nursing practice in the community. Bethany Jade Lowry. And finally, I present to you the winner of the Dumfries Lions Club Prize for the most distinguished graduate at the Dumfries campus, Michelle Johnston.
Thank you. Indeed, it's a great privilege to be awarded an honorary doctorate from such a wonderful modern university. I must congratulate you all, not least because you graduates are going to be taking care of my future. And what a wonderful thing there is that there's so many young health professionals out there ready to take on what will indeed be a very great burden. So my great congratulations to you all. I must congratulate the University of the West of Scotland for its ranking this year. It was alluded to earlier by the Times Higher Education. It is in the top 3% of universities worldwide. This is a quite extraordinary achievement, and you're all to be congratulated for helping to achieve it. I'm also delighted to be here on the Dumfries campus. I was born in Cresswell, which is sadly no more. Began life in Castle Douglas, and I know and love this part of Scotland. I think my father's love for this part of Scotland was begun when he was evacuated here from Hillhead School in Glasgow to Cally Palace Hotel for 2 years during the Second World War before he went to fight. Janice, my PA, is also a graduate of this university, so I have a lot to thank you for, believe me. This is the country of Robert Burns, the Southwest, the son of a poor tenant farmer. Robert Burns benefited from an education at a parish school, but also an adventure school, it was called. It was founded by his father, William Burns, and some neighbours, and they were taught by John Meredith. They were taught everything from French, Latin, maths, literature, debating. He knew all about Shakespeare, Milton, and so forth. The point about it was he was the son of a poor farmer, and that poor farmer knew the value of education. You will never underestimate the value of education, and I know you will never underestimate the value of the education that you have had here. But later, Robert Burns, as you know, a prolific poet and a prolific other things, wrote incredible satirical verse. I think the satirical verse is actually among his best. And it was biting and it was hilarious. And it included the address to the Unca Good, or in English, the rightly righteous. They were members of the community, they were members of the kirk, but they were censorious, and they only believed that their way was the right way. O ye who are sae good yourselves, sae pious and sae holy, ye have naught to do but mark and tell your neighbours' faults and folly. That is the opposite of what a university is about. A university is about encouraging conversation and debate. It teaches you all how to interrogate ideas, to develop arguments. And it's only by interrogating ideas and developing arguments can you come to a better understanding of different points of view. And that is what happens at a university. You have come out with a first-class education as health professionals, but you now know yourselves better. And for me, that is one of the great gifts of a university. You make lifelong friends, of course you do, but you hear views that aren't your views. You learn to interrogate them, you argue, you develop this idea of debating ideas that don't belong to you. A university is a place where you can develop these skills, your communication skills. You're all health professionals. Of course, what you do as health professionals in medical terms is important, but even more important is what you've learned and what you will develop in your communication skills. Also your ability to develop and change as health professionals, because even within the next 5 years, what you've learned here will change. And the way that it is prosecuted within the health service and whatever health service you go to work for will be changing. And it's the skills that you've learned here about communication, about collaboration, and about adapting, which will take you on to the next level. And I think this university is really one of the best at doing that. I'm 63, but I'm still changing. I'm changing my mind about things depending on the strength of the arguments. It's exhilarating to challenge and debate, to be open to new ideas and thoughts. So please take every opportunity to do just that, and you'll get even more out of these precious years at university. Thank you very much.
Well, that brings to a close this ceremony at the Dumfries campus of the University of the West of Scotland. I think the words you've just heard from our honorary graduate, Dr. Walk, are strongly resonant with me. I hope they are with you as graduates of the university, but also family and friends who are here today. We don't know what the landscape of our life looks like in front of us. There are challenges everywhere. You heard Marcus talk about some of those impending challenges the world faces. But we have skilled you as best we can in this first part of your journey, and you're welcome to come back for a master's degree, for a PhD, and that includes the rest of the audience here as well. Our youngest graduates tend to be 21. Our oldest graduates are much, much older than that. And in my 5 years here, the oldest graduate I've had come across this stage was 75. I don't see too many of you in the audience who have reached that age yet, so you're all welcome to register as you leave the venue. It's lovely as well to have young children in the audience, and I appreciate that's challenging for some of you to sit through what may be a turgid experience that is your only presence here is because you have a brother or sister, mother or father who is graduating, but you're all very welcome. And I see the youngest perhaps looks to be this young lad, I presume, a little boy sitting drinking milk at the moment, which is lovely. But young people are the future of our land, of our country. And we all want you to achieve success. Today, our young graduates, varying in age, no matter what you are, but you're all younger than me, have in front of you the opportunity to change the world. And we challenge you to do that. The leadership responsibilities of the future sit with the younger people. And there are many challenges, so we wish you success in that journey. It's fitting for me to say as well, we hope you enjoy the rest of the day. As I said in the ceremony this morning, this is the first graduation in Dumfries where it hasn't rained for me. This is my 6th year in this role, and every graduation we've held in Dumfries has normally been raining. So I'm delighted that today is a beautiful autumnal experience for us to enjoy, to be able to get wonderful photographs. The setting in this venue is unbelievably beautiful, so please do take away some memories and records of what's happened today, which is merely the end point of this first part of your journey in education, getting a degree from the University of the West of Scotland. Please enjoy safely and happily the rest of your day. I declare this ceremony closed, but in doing so, can I welcome you to return with us in a moment back to the Easterbrook Hall where a reception waits for you. Thank you very much.